Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Ironclad run. Got a nice, smooth victory here today. Good lesson on identifying the good stuff and carrying it to an easy win. So I decided to take a little bit of a risky start here. Taking 18 for the gold is, of course, a bit of a bummer. Ironclad privilege, I would say, with the Burning Blood starting relic, of course. And no campfire before this first elite in order to get an early shop, the only path that had a shop. So, going to be taking the gold and hoping to have a good shop. When you do the huge gold start, I want to make sure you're aggressively buying at this shop. You need to be actually buying stuff here. And so Reaper is on sale. That's pretty early Reaper. Reaper is pretty mid before you find the synergies with its strength and whatnot. But I still buy it. It is on sale. I don't know if I would have bought full price Reaper here, to be honest, but it's pretty good. And then Happy Flower is here, giving us 1 energy every 3 turns. It's a nice, solid relic, and we have plenty of gold, so gonna buy that, and I bought a card move as well. So it's actually not a very strong shop. We got a card move, a decent relic, and a Reaper, which is more of a 4 later kind of card. And so in these next few card awards that we're going to be getting before this elite, we really need to be taking damage very, very aggressively, or we could just die. And speaking of which, this is then a huge bummer. You really want to see an attack here. I take armaments because it does technically give you damage if you can upgrade an attack card. And that's the only reason, really. Upgrading Bash, for example, with it is pretty good. And this is a bit awkward. No block here. Gonna Bash Strike. Armaments defend in the draw pile, of course. Ugh. So gonna be going for the Reaper here. No reason not to, really. Get it down to 4 health since Reaper does 4. And unfortunately did not draw it here. But we can defend taking 3, and then Reaper will heal us for 1 overall, which is still good, and it'll put Happy Flower on 2, which is also good. And there's some damage. Twin Strike. It's whatever damage, but it's damage. Gonna be taking that. And yeah, at this point I was already thinking I was dead, to be honest. If I don't find something good from this card award, it's gonna be bad. And I do rip the energy pod, make sure we can get out there. Heavy Blade is here. No strength in the deck, still have to click on it. Just need more density of attacks in this deck. Kind of a disaster. And luckily, getting the armaments and bash in the same turn here. That's probably why this Log Balloon didn't kill me. And no block there, you have to send all the damage, otherwise you're gonna get debuffed. I do block here because it's a lot of block, but yeah. And good Happy Flower there, let us play Reaper. And yep, once again, gonna be sending all the damage we can. Heavy Blade actually dealing negative damage here, since it's also scales negatively with the strength minus. And looks like we're gonna get there just barely. And we get a blue candle, letting us play curses from our hand, losing us 1 health, and they'll get exhausted. And now we find a Carnage, which of course we take. We still need damage, and Carnage is really good. Damage. I consider clicking the Desecrate option because of the blue candle we just got, but still not really into that. And we get a Strawberry, giving us 7 max health. The healing is actually maybe relevant here, so I do take it. Hit the one with less health, of course. And our Distilled Chaos will be pretty good here. Quite a few 2-cost cards in there, gonna rip that. We get to upgrade a card as well. And sadly, the Carnage hit the front one, so I switched my focus to that one now, since it now has less health. And this is gonna be a very good Reaper, healing us for 12, even though we have no strength. When you have 3 enemies, that's pretty good. And hope to find a strike next turn to kill the left guy. Bash will do. Strike better than Bash. And now, once again, hope to find some damage this turn. Got there. And Armaments upgrade is more damage than Strike plus Carnage. Or, yeah, Armaments upgrade on Carnage does 8 more damage. Strike only does 6. So, of course, do that. Sadly, didn't find a damage card there. Could have gotten out with Happy Flower on 2, but that's fine. Then we get a Lantern for 2, or an extra energy on turn 1. That's pretty good. And Uppercut is here. It's a nice kind of utility attack as well, applying some Weaken. And tough turn here. Could Carnage defend? Could Carnage Reaper? Carnage Reaper doesn't make a whole lot of sense, though. And the reason Reaper isn't amazing early game, even though it heals you, is because it's hard to play it and block. And, of course, that's, like, kind of the problem. It doesn't give you any net health if you're taking damage on the backswing, right? And I decide I'm actually strong enough to take this Super Elite here. Unfortunately, we get this event, which we cannot click on. That is way too much health. For the Snecko Pots, really good rolls here. Unfortunately, didn't hit Bash, though. So, gonna be sinking a lot of damage here without the Bash. That's a bit of a bummer. But we found an Inflame, by the way, forgot to mention that. Inflame, of course, really good. Good scaling against the Hexaghost we're inevitably fighting here. And, of course, any strength with a Reaper in your deck is absolutely massive. Gotta find one bit of damage here. Out there. So, Metallicized Gremlin Knob, not too bad. And we found a Molten Egg, upgrading all future attacks. And there's an Anger Plus. So that's pretty good. We found Molten Egg early enough for it to be pretty relevant. Very pleased with this. And Anger is totally fine card, of course. Upgrade the Inflame. Really would love an Uppercut upgrade as well. Uppercut upgrade, applying 2 Weaken and 2 Vulnerable is really, really important. One of the better upgrades. But Inflame upgrade a little bit too important, I think. And Inflame at the bottom, not what you want to see. That's okay, though. Could have Armaments Uppercut here, but again, not playing the Inflame is kind of sus. Pretty bad draw there. Once again, Happy Flower lets us play Reaper and Bash together. And I'm just going all in here. Gotta kill it in the next 3 turns or we're dead. So I could play Shrug, but then that also reshuffles without all of those cards, which would be kind of awkward. And then we do get there on this turn. And Offering is really good. Corruption's also usually good, but we're not quite there yet. Offering is just good immediately. And Pyramid is here as well. Of course I'm clicking on that. We can take it, so we do. Pyramid Man. What a relic. And so I see there's 2 elites at the end there. Want to do the 3 elite path, so I go this way, which has a campfire for the first elite, and then still leads into the second 2 elites. Latter 2 elites. Here's the birds. Up, bird. Shout out Migos. It's a lot of damage. Strike, of course, on the left bird to kill it. And then we should be able to split the one that's hitting us. Reaper not as good as you'd like in this fight, since the birds are taking less damage a lot of the time. Decided to block here. Now they're not hitting us. We can Reaper. And we're out. And Blood for Blood Plus is here. We do have one offering, and that's probably good enough. Just a good attack. And Chosen with a pretty bad opening hand here. Just going to be pointing some mediocre attacks at it. Yet again. Pyramid offers a lot of resistance to this fight in particular. Drawing Days is not really that bad when you have your hand in your hand still. There. And second wins here. A bit early, yet again, we don't have too many skills or synergies with it. Exhaust synergy stuff, but take it for later, yet again. And unfortunately get that event with no golden idol, but we're in such a strong position that we can just take the minus 20 whatever health and deal with it. And gonna be taking Bag of Marbles here, which applies 1 vulnerable to all enemies at the start of each fight. Nice thing for the Clad to be doing. And I even drink the fruit juice and buy a fire pot for this elite gauntlet. Fire pot is really good. And Bag of Marbles coming in handy here, gaining us an extra 6 health there. It's just really nice to have a stronger turn 1 and also strip artifacts and what have you. Bag of Marbles is really quite good. Again, may not be worth buying all the time, but when you have like 400 gold going into the shop, it becomes a lot easier. And Reaper Plus, another Reaper is offered. Definitely going to be taking that. Reaper upgrade doesn't particularly matter, of course. It's basically like you have 1 strength, which is fine, but it's not like it's way better or anything. Good turn 1 here, get to upgrade to Carnage. And yet again, Bag of Marbles, having anything be vulnerable here, got us the kill there. Absolutely massive. And I think shops might literally be the hardest part of this game. Like, knowing what to buy or what not to buy at a shop is there's so many options. It is pretty hard. Here I ripped the fire pot to let me heal for a lot. Could have waited for the inflame, but clearly we're not really getting there fast enough, so I rip it. Slavers is so fast. And Gremlin Horn is here, which will give us 1 energy and draw us a card whenever any enemy dies, including minions. So great in the Gremlin Leader fight, great in Reptomancer, etc., etc. And we also found a Demon Form, which kills Champ by itself, and gives us some sort of inevitable scaling as the run goes on. So even though it's very slow, it's a nice option for us to have here. And with 2 Reapers, I mean, you're taking that, of course. Reaper here. Thinking about how do I Reaper this Shelled Parasite, but it's not possible, unfortunately. Everything kills it. And then can I vulnerable the right guy? No, it'll take too much damage. So, got out, that's fine. Evolve Plus is offered, but that's not very good here. Flame Barrier is like our actual first block card. Gonna be taking that, that's pretty good. And we're offered a Peace Pipe from the chest, which will let us card remove instead of upgrade or rest at campfires. I don't think that's going to be particularly good here. We won't be missing it anyway. Can just upgrade good cards instead. So when it's against the key, I decide to skip it. But of course, it's no downside if you're seeing it on the ground from an elite or whatever. Decided to rip the Reaper there before we get debuffed. And thinking about, can I Reaper again? But that's too much energy. Just going to rip the Whirlwind here for 48. That's fine. And Uppercut Plus is here, but also Power Through is here, and we do have a second win in our deck. Going to be clicking on that. And the library's here. Pretty unexciting library. Where's the Dark Embrace? But a lot of upgraded attacks, of course. Pommel Strike Plus is fine. There's a True Grit here, which is okay. although unupgraded, unexciting. Another Flame Barrier would be fine. There's also Thunderclap, though, and notably we are doing the double Reaper thing. So having the ability to just whoosh, keep it in our hand, and then once we want to play Reaper, we can Thunderclap Reaper at will. That's pretty good. So I do take a Thunderclap. Upgrade a Thunderclap. Pretty good with 2 Reapers in your deck. And here I'm valuing Strength a lot, putting Demon Form in play, putting Inflame in play, and then sort of leveraging your health, as the Ironclad is a common occurrence. You let yourself take some damage while setting up, and then you have this Reaper to restore your health. Seems reasonable. There's second Reaper. That was a good fight. And we get a Maw Bank, which will give us 12 gold every floor until we spend gold at a shop. There's this is a pretty complicated card award screen, I think. Intimidate is a nice fast card. We do have Runic Pyramid, so we'd like to just play 0-cost card to get it out. It also applies Weaken, which is pretty good. There's a second Wind here. Second Wind, obviously good card, but we already have one. And no need for Clothesline, I'd say, with Uppercut in the deck. And we, if we take Intimidate, especially not. I think I do take the Intimidate, yeah. That could have been a skip and probably wouldn't have affected the outcome of the run. Really. Upgrade Demon Form in preparation for this good old champ fight. And Gremlin Horn absolutely cooking against the Gremlin leader. Your own horn is being used against you. I just realized Gremlin leader is missing her right horn, or left horn, I guess. I'm assuming this is literally her horn. Devs, you've done it again, man. $4,000, by the way. Let's rip the Whirlwind out. And we get a Wing Boots, which will let us go off our path. We can choose the next floor no matter what path it's on, up to 3 times. And into the champ. Should be Cake. We'll take some damage, of course, but Double Reaper will let us big chill. And just gotta find this Demon Form. I should have played Thunderclap because we still had an energy and I need to get cards out of my hand so I can find this Demon Form in the first place. You can't just assume you're gonna find it. Should play Whirlwind there as well. That's a mistake as well. Gotta respect the pyramid, of course. Should, again, have played Whirlwind there. Found Demon Form anyway. Yeah, Whirlwind for 0 is good. I now figure it out. Decided to keep the power through second one combo for a little bit longer here. And I did upgrade Armaments, by the way. I was going to mention that earlier, but I forgot. Armaments unusually good as an upgrade when you have Runic Pyramid, of course, because you're hitting more cards on average, like a lot more. And it's a great upgrade. I could have upgraded it earlier, like before I found the Demon Form, I think, but I upgraded something else. And perhaps that was a mistake. Definitely possible. I know we're drawing Anger here, so we'll be able to get out. Good fight. And good cards. There's another Demon Form, which is fine, although a bit slow and unnecessary. Feed Plus, of course, even though it's end of Act 2, is still going to give us quite a bit of health. And there's another Corruption, but at this point, with the Power Through Second Wind combo, we probably don't want the Corruption, to be honest. Don't even have a Dark Embrace. And even if we did, perhaps it's not necessary. better to be able to repeatedly play the skills. Corruption is... The thing about Corruption is it gives you the speed. You get to do everything for 0 cost. But if you don't need the speed, then Corruption is a downside, because the skill is now gone, right? And I got to take a Coffee Dripper, so now we have an extra energy for the inability to rest for the rest of the run. And I see there's a nice 1, 2, 3 with the wing boots there. You can jump, jump, jump. So then we have to figure out what to do in this earlier part of the run, or the act. And I see there's 2 elites on the left side here. So I'm going to be going that way. And then after that shop, jump over, 1, 2, 3, boom. That's a great act if we can pull that off. Pretty nice array of enemies here. Could have played an attack there instead of the defend. Also shouldn't have played power through. I made wounds. Luckily I found the second wind, but that could have been a bit awkward. Get out. Entrench Plus is offered. It's not really good here, but it is upgraded and it could be good in a little while. And we do have... we just want more skills in general to hit with the second wind. And we do have pyramids, so we can keep the entrench around, and if we are blocking in a turn, we can then just entrench for double the block. It's fine, although it's not doing the entrench thing here, that's for sure. It's not what you're taking the card for normally, of like barricade and then go to 999 block. That's definitely not happening here. So it's like a barely takeable entrench. And there's Dark Embrace. I almost don't even take it, because it's like our deck is very thick and we have pyramid, but it's definitely still good. Whirlwind on turn 1, bag of marbles, easy kill. And then sadly 2 short of killing this Spheric Guardian on turn 1 as well. Strike feed. But of course we want to feed, so I will be doing that. I had to take 1, it's fine. It's not real damage. And then Blood for Blood puts the 3 health, and then we can feed. Another Entrench, not upgraded this time. Not interested. Transient is actually a little bit spooky here. We definitely are more of a scaling kind of deck, you know. And Transient hits you so hard that we might actually outright die before we can get the demon form up to the point that we need it to and do the Reaper thing. Or even draw the demon form, of course. I do play Whirlwind for 0 this time. Well done. We do have, luckily, just some nice solid attacks, like Blood for Blood Plus and whatnot, that are helping us get through. And I keep the Anger around because it's such a good way to essentially block for a lot for 0 against Transient. Definitely very good. And we're gonna second wind away Demon Form here. The fight's just too fast, we can't play it. And then Blood for Blood Plus again is really good. Get out. Delicious. Blood Pot's gonna get left on the ground here, no need for that. Oh, there's a Warcry Plus, which is probably better than skipping, with a Dark Embrace in the deck and whatnot. Unexciting card yet again, but it's fine. Get to upgrade a card, gonna click on Dark Embrace here. Offering not getting upgraded just because we have Pyramids, so the extra draw might just go to waste a lot of the time. And we find Demon Form on turn 1. Uppercut does not kill, it's only doing 19. Hope to draw a Whirlwind here, or a Reaper. Both. I could have just played Whirlwind and not played Thunderclap, but gets card out of our hand for drawing more cards, of course, with the Gremlin Horn. Entrench coming in handy here. Unless I don't even play it, we can just Reaper our health back, so it's not even important. So Reaper feed, full health, and Dead Branch is here, and take a Feel No Pain, of course. That's really, really good. Dead Branch is unpickable. We have Runic Pyramid. Don't get baited. And that's I mean, I think it's a good thing, but probably a point of contention is, like, genuinely that could have killed me, taking the relic. And you could argue that, like, it should never be the case that it's correct to leave a relic on the ground against nothing. I don't think that's entirely unreasonable of a thing to think, but I do think it is interesting that that can happen. And it makes you feel so smart. It's like, the game is offering me a rare relic valued at 300 something gold for free, and I'm not going to click on it. Like, that is awesome, you know? I think, anyway. But it's a bummer when you're new and you're like, oh, I took Dead Branch, I didn't even think about it, and then now I'm dead. Whoops. And Ginger is here, which will prevent us from being weakened ever again. We are so strong. Consider taking second Whirlwind there for sure. And Ghostly Armor. It would have been fine, but just not very exciting. And Giant Head is a huge... This is sus. We need to find Demon Form. We need to find this Demon Form so we can actually kill this thing. Just getting cards out of my hand. There's Dark Embrace, got a second wind to draw more cards. Oof. Demon Form nowhere to be found. This could have killed me, for sure. One of the sus points of the run, right here. Still no Demon Form. There it is. So I play it, of course, take 28. You have to play it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Exhausting some cards here. Get rid of Twin Strike as well. Heavy Blade probably stays. Pretty good once it gets armamentsed. Do have to kill this thing pretty quickly. And just go defend and trench here. Or I could just rip a big attack. It is not weakened anymore. Kind of a bummer. Managed to block for enough though. Thank you to Second Wind Power through Feel No Pain. Those cards are always getting into the runs when you find them. Boy, are they good. I take a lot of damage here and then hope to Reaper a lot back up. Play a couple attacks first, then Reaper, so it's slowed, the debuffed, and then feed last. Pretty good. And Dual Wield Plus, my god, is that not what we're looking for? We found a Singing Bowl, which will let us gain 2 max health instead of skip at card award screens if we choose, and Red Skull, which will give us 3 strength whenever we're below half health. And now we have so much money because of this Maw Bank. Finally break the bank, we get another offering and a med kit, which will let us exhaust status cards from our hand for free. We just play them and they'll get exhausted, and that's really good with power through. You can just get rid of the wounds. And of course, any fight that gives you statuses organically, you can play them, which is quite good. There is a Whirlwind, gonna save that for when it makes more dudes. Definitely not playing Demon Form. Should play Power Through. I think I already forgot that I bought Medkit. It's obvious. There's obvious Power Through here. I was scared of the wounds filling my hand, but that was not going to happen here. And then I'm like, oh yeah, now I remember. And it's fine. We have Reaper, of course, to heal, so. I knew that was going to happen anyway. That was the plan when I played the defend. Make more Reaper. This is a particularly angry Reptomancer, just keeps hitting me. Kind of weird, kind of like, why are you being like that? I'm gonna start reaping. Reaper, 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 or Reaper, Reaper feed. Now we're full health again. And we get Darkstone Periapts, which will give us 6 max health whenever we obtain a curse. Kind of bad relic, and it's way too late anyway. We're probably not finding any more curses at this point. And I actually take a headbutt, really late headbutt, because once we dual wield, we'd like to find it again, notably. So even this late, that deck manipulation still very, very valuable. Entrench, solid block art. That's 1 energy block for 12 right there. It's doing kind of what I expected it to do when I took it. Back in the discard pile for headbutt targets. There's dual wield. Could have dual wielded blood for blood here. Got out right away. Got out anyway, but didn't even think about that. And we get a magic flower. That's going to be pretty good if we need the healing. Increases all in combat healing by 50%. So that's pretty insane. So Reaper, of course, whatever we heal with Reaper, will add 50% of that number on top. That's the new amount that we're healing for. And Burning Blood also heals for 9 now. Once again, Giant Head is here. Gotta find this demon form. And boy, is it hiding yet again. There's Inflame. Considered using dual wield on it, for sure. There's just no way we die here, though. 120 health and Reaper and dual wield. It's gonna be fine. Still at the bottom. I love bottom decking this demon form against Giant Head specifically. Should have played defend first. Still drew it anyway. Make more Reaper. And we reshuffle, so nothing to headbutt, unfortunately. I want to headbutt the second wind for next turn. Hopefully draw something that actually it hits. Drew Trench, that's fine. And uppercut, really good. Weaken, of course. Big Reaper. Now we can Reaper again and feed. Ow. Perfect. And we get a Champion's Belt, which will give us our, whenever we apply Vulnerable, we also apply 1 Weaken. Solid relic, to be sure. Never found a Shockwave in this deck. That would have been pretty good, considering what we're doing. So, yes, you know, a Shockwave is a card that's like, it's hard to find a win that doesn't have like 1 Shockwave in it. It's just, every time you see it, you're taking just the 1 at least. But yeah, never saw one this run. You don't need it to win or anything, but it's just a great solid card. No disarms either. Never saw a disarm this run. That's a pretty good haul there. Good work, Warcry. Fine, dual wield. And yeah, Dodeca stands no chance. They're going to be reaped every turn. And can even dual wield on a feed here. Just play double feed. They exhaust. They do a lot of damage. Bonk. Could kill right now, I believe, with the anger feed, but we could put Happy Flower on too. We can do even better, so gonna wait a bit. Play the bash, get it vulnerable, nice and ready, and we feed. Delicious. Also, I would have gotten the achievement here. Ooh, a donut, I believe it's called, where you have to feed on Donu, but I already have it. I have every achievement. I did a while ago, a few years ago, go through and get them all. If you just play the game and you have like 2,000 hours already and you're on Ascension 20, you're gonna have like 90% of them, and then you just have to get the, you know, win with only 1 relic achievement and like gain 9 plasma orbs in 1 fight achievement and all that stuff that like would almost never happen, and like force those on Ascension 0. And You Are Nothing. I actually didn't have You Are Nothing until I like tried to get it either, which is kind of surprising. It's definitely a realistic thing that can happen, killing a boss on turn 1. But I never did until I went achievement hunting. Though the win with 1 relic achievement was the hardest for sure. Not because it's actually hard, but because like remembering not to click the relics is so hard. The muscle memory, I threw like 10 of those just by like taking a relic, or like, and it's like Golden Idol and stuff like this also counts, right? So it's like so difficult to actually remember. Time Eater getting owned, of course. D-Inform, pretty good against Time Eater. Get to feed, and back to full health again. So, overall, that was really smooth Act 3. The giant heads were a little bit spooky, but other than that, all good. And now we have so much health that it should be fine. Act 4 Elite probably scarier than the heart here, to be honest. Go into the shop. I almost clicked Paper Frog here, just straight up, so we have like just enough for it. But card remove seems really good as well, and then we have a little bit left for something else. I think I do buy Pommel Strike, but my heart wanted to click nothing here. I don't want this Inflame. We already have a Demon Form and another Inflame Plus, and it's like not that good of a draw at this point, considering the potions, but our potions are fine. This is probably supposed to just be skip. But I do take Pummel Strike Plus, which is like a fine card, but it's more attack, and we already have so many attack, and then we're trying to do the second wind thing, so it's kind of like not great. But we're just so... the thing that we're doing with the Reaper dual wield is so strong, it doesn't matter. And that's a good reason, like, Pummel Strike draws you 2 cards, so you could think about it that way. It's pretty good. And gonna be playing the wounds just because they block here, of course. And we're definitely getting hit for 57 next turn, so gonna get power through back. Ouch. Being hit for 69, nice. Get to block for quite a bit. I do rip the Thunderclap. It also weakens the right guy. Didn't weaken the left guy because it had an artifact charge, so didn't apply the vulnerable, therefore didn't apply the weaken. Very sad. And I'm considering like not playing this burn, because if we draw it again later, it actually draws us a card and gains this block. And we don't need to gain block right now because we're not getting hit. So, oh, I actually do. Nice. Very cute. And see, this is the goodness of feed here. We might have just outright died here. We'll see how low we get. But, I mean, if you have 999 health, no matter what happens, you can never die, right? Like, you would never take that much damage in a run, so. The game is balanced around you having a certain amount of max health so that your health can fluctuate at like a reasonable amount. And when you have more health than that, then things start to get a little bit broken. Reaper, or Feed, kind of does that, of course. And no Demon Form yet again. Literal bottom card there. So very, very spooky, actually. Gonna be playing that here. This time I just played the burns, sure. And could play Headbutt just to get it out. But now that we have Demon Form in play, we can actually kind of do something. Gonna definitely turn around here, or gonna uppercut the right guy, rather. And once they're not blocking, we can then Thunderclap Reaper. Now we're in Red Skull range, which is actually pretty good. Now we're at 9 strength. Boom. Happy Flower doing a lot here. And you can just turn around and kill the left guy now. Feed. It didn't get the dual wield, the feed, unfortunately, but that's fine. Just gonna set up to Reaper again and then get out. Whoosh. We get a Lizard Tail from our last elite here. That's pretty good. No, definitely no White Beast statue this time around. Gonna get 2 max health there, of course. And so Lizard Tail will revive us with half of our health the first time we die. However, we do have a Magic Flower, so actually that number is increased by 50%. So 50% of 50% is 25%. So we now will heal for 75% of our maximum health when we die. So if we somehow die to this heart, if we somehow lose 144 health here, then we will revive with 108 health. Math. But we should be fine here. Found the Demon Form already, it's so over. Get to just play all the status cards. Medkit pretty good in this fight, of course. It's gotta be said. I forgot to strength bot. That is a castle classic for sure. Forgetting to use potions against the heart. It's like I haven't used a potion in like 30 floors, you know? Forgot they were there. And unfortunately it is artifacted up now. Gotta get through these artifact charges so we can use this vulnerable pot. And now it'll be weakened as well. Armament's not that good of a headbutt here. Just gonna be dual wielding the Reaper. Heavy Blade is pretty good. Don't have to dual wield yet. You still have another one. And yeah, poor hard. 90 damage, it's nothing, man. Make it at 60, actually. That's why Weaken is so strong, man. 30? It's blocking for 30. Thank you, Champion's Belt. And yep, got it down to the last turn here. Gonna feed on it. Delicious! And we've done it. 45, 49. Managed to make it through with a Lizard Tail intact. Never in too much danger there, I would say. And yeah, we found an early Reaper, took the strength when we found it, found the Demon form, converted that into a win. The Pyramid was, of course, insane with the dual wield. Always having the dual wield and the Reaper together in hand is very, very strong. And that sort of two-card combo shenanigans is what you're really looking for when you have the Pyramid, of course. But yeah, overall, definitely a fun one. If you're still here, how have you not subbed? How have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.